What is up, y'all? It is your boy Winston Wolf. I'm back. I just want to do a quick review. The Last of Us Episode 7. I want all the people that put these comments talking about you don't know what you're talking about, you're a hater, this show is great. I want to see the mental gymnastics you have to summon to justify this episode and to say this episode is good. Please do it. Do it right now. Right now, type up how great this episode was, and I already know what you're saying. It's character building. It's this. It's it. No, you already know what it was. As soon as we saw the preview for this episode, if you had bought the games and had the DLC, you knew what was going down with this. I never purchased the DLC separately. I had the DLC that this garbage episode is based on when I bought the Ultimate Edition or whatever for PS4. So I already knew what time it was. And guess what? That DLC was underwhelming. It was garbage. I remember playing it and being like, that's it? They went out of their way to advertise this DLC and this little morsel of a story for that. Okay. And this was before all the woke being pushed down everybody's throat, pause, all that kind of stuff. So at the time, I was a little bit more willing to be like, okay, I don't know what's going to happen. I have kind of an idea. Played the DLC, was like, yeah, they had to make a whole DLC just to prove this little point, whatever. But now I really don't want it because you already know what's behind it. Even if, and that's the sad thing about a lot of things now is that if a lot of things like this, if it's people with alternative lifestyles or different political views or whatever, it could be an organic thing, but because of the way everything is structured now and how everything is just forced upon you, you don't know what is naturally from someone's heart and what's pushed because of some political thing. But even so, even if this episode had the whole woke wave not happen and this episode existed, it's not a good episode, and people have to admit that, and they're not going to. They're not going to. Also, if you're going to give us an episode like this, and waste all of our time, which every episode has been a waste. Don't give us two girls, one that looks like Eric Stoltz in Mask, the other one Storm Reed that looks like an albino guy with a wig on. Don't do that to us, all right? Because it's just visually, it's not happening. Also, I always thought that, like in the post-apocalyptic parts of this show, that it's current times. It's like 2022. 2021, like around then. That's what I could be wrong because I blocked out a lot of this show just like a traumatic experience. Like the one time I went fishing with my uncle. Don't remember it at all. But why is everything when they show the flashbacks, because it's only supposed to be 20 years before, right? Unless I'm wrong, but I swear they're showing, no, actually it's not even 20 years before for Ellie and them. When the girl goes in her room and wakes her up and tells her to go with her and hang out for the night. But she's got like a Mortal Kombat 2 poster. She's got an Inner Space poster, which is, as far as Easter eggs, I was impressed with that one. I love Inner Space. That's an awesome movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But I'm like, why does she just have all this, like even if you were in the 90s, a lot of that stuff would be like, man, this is kind of dated. So I don't understand the whole what's going on with that. If there's some explanation of why they're like reaching back to the 80s for a lot of stuff, maybe the filmmakers, they just want to just catch that wave and they realize that the people that actually like this show, they're just too dumb to even realize that the eras don't match up or they don't care or whatever. I don't know. But it's the little details like that, just like I said before, the little details add up because people were like, you're going to sit there, like when I brought up about the dead rabbits, you're going to talk about, wow, you're really nitpicking. No. Because if you pay attention to things don't add up. And then you start thinking about that. You're like, why is this way? Why is this that way? Why is this? In the time that you're sitting there wondering about this stuff, the show is still going and you're missing out on stuff. So it's to their detriment that they keep putting these dumb things in or omitting things. And people that are actually thinkers, they're like, what's going on here? Hold up, pause this, go back, explain this. Maybe it's my slightly schizophrenic brain. I don't know. But I actually pay attention to stuff like that. But that, like I said before, that's the only good thing about the episode is the Inner Space poster. They get a pat on the back for that. Everything else, no. No, no, no. What else? I'm trying to think of anything else that I thought was positive. The episode ended. That was good. Awesome. But like I said before, they do the old boxer trick. They wait until, like when boxers wait till the last 30 seconds and they start throwing flurries, even if they didn't do nothing the whole round, to make the judges think that they're actually doing something. They did it again with this. They did it again with this. They wait till literally the last 45 seconds and you see Joel and she starts tending to him into the episode. It's like, yo, stop. Stop. You knew this episode was going to be toilet water. You knew it. You knew it. And that's a big thing that I don't like about this, is that you know it's not that they're incompetent filmmakers, they're just being dishonest, I feel. I feel like a lot of these episodes, they're trying to pull the wool over people's eyes. In a way, as far as like just being like, we don't have enough good material for an hour, for however many episodes, 10 episodes, I don't know what, I assume it's 10 episodes. So they know what they're doing. You know, it's just not good. The Last of Us episode 7, I've said it before, these mushroom head people, the design, I'm just not, it's not a formidable villain. Excuse me. On paper they are. On paper, when you say, oh, they got these spores, you can be infected. You can do a lot to them before they, you can kill them, blah, blah, blah. That's great. That works perfect for a video game. For a live action show, especially in the hands of these people. Tell me it's working. Tell me this is working. Tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Tell me this show is hitting on every cylinder. Go ahead, tell me. I want to see you actually type that and hit send or whatever. Go, the little arrow button, whatever you got to hit to have a post, do it. Please. Please. Last of Us episode 7. 0 to 10 dog bones. 0. And it's probably going to be 0 for the rest of them. Not that it matters. This show is going to keep going. Garbage like this is going to keep going. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters to these people is money. That's it. Is money. And there's enough dumb people, enough people that don't shut their brains off, want to watch it, enough people that are weirdos, living weirdo lifestyles, that they're perfectly happy to see this, and they're not even... Like I said, if this was well written, but we just had the woke stuff, you can still overlook that. You can be like, man, I don't agree with this, but man, this is well written. And man, they really crafted this. This is a great filmmaker behind this, or filmmakers. It's not... You can't say that about any of this. You cannot. Be honest. Be honest. I'm talking to the people that love this show and think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Be honest. Just say it's a guilty pleasure. Everybody has it. Dude, Suicide Squad. That's my guilty pleasure. I love it. Jared Leto Joker. Jared Leto Joker. Love it. I know everybody hates it. I love it. But I'm willing to sit back and be like, yes, the end product, not good. Not good. It has elements of things that I like. I can see the potential of something that I could like. I like it, but I'm not going to sit here and say it's great. Let's see if other people, especially after this episode, this was the worst, hands down the worst episode. Nobody can argue that. You can't. If you are, you're lying. But I want somebody to straight up just be like, no, this was great. You can't do it. 0 to 10 dog bones, 0. What more do you want from me? I watched this show. Isn't that punishment enough? This is your boy Winston Wolf. I'm out.